Hello? Hi. Hi. Welcome. Welcome very much. Welcome to Earthpreneurs Oslo 2018, nurtured by Yara. I think we should have a huge applause. The day is here, 24th, so let's have a round of applause for that. My name is Donat. I work with Young Sustainable Impact, and I'm going to be your host today. That's just the best job because I just get to talk, as I always do. But it's very exciting. We've been working for this day for a year, and I'm speaking English because we have people following us globally, and we also have international guests here. Which leads me into saying that it's an amazing crowd that's here today. I hope you use the time to talk to each other, to meet new people. It's called Earthpreneurs, which is a word that we've sort of created ourselves. It might give an indication of what it means, but it means making sustainability business as usual. That's what we believe business should be about. And that's why we want to gather you guys here not for a talking conference, even though I'm talking, but this is the very little. It's a doing conference because we believe that when you gather so many people, why should all of these people listen to one person, right? Why should you not be able to talk to yourselves and share your experiences, your knowledge, and challenge each other? So that's why we've gathered you, to inspire for sustainability, to get people going, activize, show what's happening, and get you going around and just being active. So sort of like almost an exercise. So you've done your weekend workout today. I'm just going to take you through practicalities in case of any fire or emergency. It's behind you over there, and the other exit is here. For toilet, you go up here on the left. If there's anything that you're wondering about, just tag a person wearing a YSI t-shirt. Other than that, I'm just going to give you a quick brief of the agenda for the evening. So we'll have, after me, Marcus, the CEO of YSI, is going to give you a welcome and opening. After that, we're so lucky to have our partner and the CEO of our partner, Yara, with Svein Tore Holstetter is here. He's going to give a small speech and welcome to open this event. After that, we're going to go into the activity rooms. So we're very lucky to have with us today people and businesses working for sustainability. We want to showcase what the various aspects what's happening within various aspects in industries. So we have with us everything happening in the second and third floor. We have with us Yara, Business for Peace, the UN students of Oslo, or maybe Norway, yeah, Hamsika, yes, Oslo. Pava, and Choose, outside. So also go outside tonight to take some air. After that, we'll go into food, which will be delivered by Freddy Fuego, so some Latin food. And then we're going to have pitches. As you know, we've had 24 people selected out of almost 9,000 people globally. They've been working for an innovation program for 5 months, and they're finally here. So they're going to share their pitches with you. So I hope you stay until then and hear them out and also talk to them. After that, we're going to have a crowd investment with YSI fake currency. But you should take care of that money because that's going to turn into real money. So don't just spend it out. Think about how you spend it. And after that, we're going to go into counting, and we're going to end the night at 9:30. If you need to go, then you need to go before that. We hope you stay. And with no further ado, before I introduce you, Marcus, I want to take a toast. If you have your glasses, let's raise them and officially open the event together. Cheers. Welcome. Cheers. Marcus Bruns, welcome up. Give him an applause.
It's great to see all you guys here today. Ever since I've been a child, I've always been told that I can make a difference here in the world. And I actually always believed it. And I always thought that during my life there's something I really want to use it to actually make a difference. And I really hope that many of you guys here also have the same passion. And I think many of you guys here have the same passion, at least a lot of the people that I've talked to. And I think it's really inspiring that so many youth from from the Oslo area kind of gather here for an evening where we're just focusing on sustainability, we're focusing on impact, and also having all the participants from around the world here. It's really inspiring. And it's the same thing that kind of pushed us all to start YSI. So here you see a photo. This is from our first meeting. The photo looks really old, but it's actually only 2.5 years old. We were just a group of young people that thought, okay, we've heard a lot of talking. There's been a lot of businessmen, a lot of politicians doing a lot of talking, but where is action? And I think the text behind this photo is really good because it says, maker's gonna make. And our starting point was, what will happen if we bring together some of the smartest young minds from our time and have them come together and actually create something to build solutions that are tackling sustainability challenges. And that's one of the main pillars of what we do. So mainly we focus on 3 things. So one is that we generate impact startups. We essentially take them from nothing and to a fully fledged start, which we will hear all about later. The second thing is that we're building a youth movement called Earthpreneurs, essentially entrepreneurs for the earth. And the third thing is that we're working with established companies and organizations on questions related to sustainability and innovation. So you see a lot of these programs, you probably think, what's the difference? Well, I think there's mainly 4 things that differentiate us from other types of programs. One is that we actually generate impact startups. When people come into the program, they don't have an idea. They just come in because they're super talented, super smart, they've done startups before, they have PhDs, and they want to create something. The second thing is that we focus really hard on the team building. So we want to build teams that are diversified when it comes to background, but aligned when it comes to the mission. We want to make sure that they're mission-driven. The third thing is that we've been able to build up a global network of mentors and of youth that really can give a lot of impact. And to all you guys out there watching from the Earthpreneur community, I just want to say it's great that you guys are also joining in on this session because we really are a global community. But it hasn't always been easy. So when we started our first conference, do you guys want to guess how many applicants we had? Okay, this wasn't supposed to come, yes. Okay, but when we started, we were thinking, okay, we're going to start this super cool thing. We're going to bring the best talents from all over the world to Oslo. We're going to create impact startups. We're probably going to get at least 1,000 applicants. And then we opened, and no one applied. And we waited another week, no one applied. And we were like, what's going on? Why isn't anyone kind of picking up on this? We posted on our Facebook group. We posted online. We made kind of did some social media stuff, but no one kind of bid on. So we actually, the first year, had to go and hand-pick participants or applicants for the program. But then the next year something happened. We ended up getting 10,000 applicants for many reasons, which we can come and talk to us a bit about afterwards. But I think mainly we focused on focusing on the UN SDGs as a kind of a platform, and also use social media a lot better in different opportunity groups. But 10,000 applicants, that's a big number. And reading 10,000 applicants, that takes a long time. And you can just imagine how we were sitting there crunching through these applications. So this year we thought, okay, we don't want to spend that much time on applicants, let's try to make it harder to get in the program. So we said every participant has to spend at least 15 to 25 hours a week on the program, and he also has to be ready to take this forward after the program. But we still ended up getting over 8,500 applicants from 165 countries. And that's a pretty big number. But what's cool about having this many applicants is that also gives us a really good funnel. So we took all these 8,700 applicants, we put them through many different rounds of questions, of stages where they had to figure out, kind of tell more about themselves, more about their passion, more about their abilities, and then we ended up with 24 participants. So these 24 participants that we're pitching today, I would definitely go talk to them because they're super cool. They've done a lot of cool things. They're from all over the world. So grab them, talk to them. They're very inspirational, and I just think it's crazy. I mean, when I'm reading these applicants, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this guy is 24 years old, he's already finishing his PhD, and he has 2 patents. Or this guy's already exited 2 companies. And I'm like, oh my, what have I done? So that's really cool to see. We've also taken them through a 5-month innovation program. So when they come here, it's not just a 2-week program. They've been working now for 5 months. They've basically gone from nothing to an MVP, to a prototype. And then they came to Oslo for 2 weeks. And these are our participants, so they're basically from all over the world. We've been able to get a really diversified group, which we think is amazing. Cool, yeah. And now the other thing you might be asking, so youth, can they really create startups that actually last and actually have real impact? Well, from our previous programs, I'm going to show you 2 examples of ones that have. So one of them is Silo Water. So they're working together with a few MIT professors. They just got a grant from Harvard and are now launching 1,000 units to Pakistan. So they're doing low-cost water filters, where half of them will be given away to the poorest of the poorest, and the second half will be paid to cover the costs. Another one is Aquasolis Global. So they do reverse osmosis, essentially taking salt water, making it into drinking water. They're producing 500 liters of water an hour per station. They've gotten support from Innovation Norway, have sent the unit to Tanzania, and have also locked a deal now in Cameroon. So this is real impact. These aren't just youth talking. These aren't just fluffy ideas. This is actual impact. This is actually doing. And that's what really inspires me to keep going. That's what really inspires me about my job and why I'm doing what I'm doing, because you can really see that these young people really have an ability to really bring about change. And it's going to be really fun to see what these startups coming out of this year's program are able to, what impact they're able to have over the coming years. So in addition to having the global program, we also thought, okay, we're reaching 25 people. That's not very many. How do we reach more people? So we thought, okay, why don't we start local programs? And as rational people, you might think you go strategically, you find a region where you think it would be best. No, I'll scrap that. We just said, okay, we want the coolest people to start up. So same as the application process, we said, okay, whoever wants to start locally, send us an email or apply for this, apply to start. And from that, we actually started in 3 new countries this year. So we've been in Singapore, Bangladesh, and China. What's cool is that there's local teams working in these countries. There's local participants that are being part of the program, and they're tackling local issues. So this is really a way that we're able to really also empower youth in these countries to actually bring about change locally. The second thing is what we call for Earthpreneurs. So basically we've built a global network, and that's also a pretty interesting thing. So basically, last year we got 10,000 applicants, and we thought, okay, what do we actually do with these people? You have 10,000 people, but what do you do? So we just built a Facebook group and just kind of threw them all in there. And for you guys, I don't know how many of you were any of you guys part of the Earthpreneur group last year? No? Maybe someone online? But I can promise you that there was like nothing happening in the group. It was just a Facebook group with a lot of people, but nothing happening. And what's the point of having just a Facebook group with nothing happening? Well, nothing. So this year we thought, okay, we have a new group of people. Let's figure out how can we actually leverage this. So we thought, okay, we actually have to start building a community around it. And we got in Alex, who was focusing on community and building up the community. And what's really cool now is that the 4,300 active members, that means that over half of everyone in the group are in every month, reading, commenting, liking, and posting. So this is a super vibrant community. So all you guys, if you want to meet other like-minded individuals, if you want to go in and talk about questions related to sustainability, go into Facebook, Earthpreneurs, and sign up. But we didn't want to stop there. We thought, okay, how can we take this more to a local context? And this is more kind of the movement part of what we do. So we thought, okay, why don't we start in different countries? And the same thing here. Instead of saying, okay, we're going to start in these countries, we're going to control them all, we just said, hey, who wants to be an Earthpreneur country leader? So basically anyone who sent us a Facebook message saying, I want to start locally, was a country leader for Earthpreneurs. So that way we kind of just leveraged the youth around the world, and now we've started groups in over 60 countries. And we see that there's a huge difference between the groups. You have everything from 5 people to 1,000 people. But still you see that these groups are really doing something. And here you see some pictures from some of the sessions that have been held. So you have in Myanmar, in Iraq, Nigeria, and Nepal. And actually right now while we're hosting this event here, there's someone in Myanmar doing a hackathon on sustainability. So things are happening. And this is an environment that you guys can tap into. And for any of you guys either in here or watching live, if you're from a country that has an Earthpreneur group, I encourage you to join it, become one of the discussions. And if there's not one in your country, just contact us and you can start it up. Yeah, then I want to go over to talking a bit about our partners, because this wouldn't be possible without our partners. I want to give a special thanks to Yara and Oslo and Akershus municipality for their financial support, because to be honest, it does cost a little money to get all these participants in, pay for their housing, and also kind of run this organization. It's not totally free. So it's really cool to see that we have partners of you guys that really want to support it. But also a great thanks to all the other people who have been supporting with in-kind services and all the mentors who have been around. I see many of you guys in the hall here today actually been helping out as mentors during the program. So our mission is basically empowering youth to solve sustainability challenges by creating measurable impact. That's what we want to do. That's what we live and breathe for every single day. Because we really believe that young people have the passion, they have the motivation, they have the energy to actually bring about change. And we believe that if we put them together, put them in a framework where they can actually go through an innovation program, connect them with corporates, connect them with other mentors, then they can really bring about a real change. So we're always looking for talented people. And I want to really thank the whole YSI team here today. I think none of this would be possible without you guys, both the team here locally, but also the teams from the other countries, because this is really a group effort. This is not kind of a thing that just kind of goes by. There's a lot of hard work behind everything. And we're always looking for talented youth to join us. So if you're here today and you're thinking, this is cool, I want to work with this, let us know, contact us. We're super motivated to work with talented people. Or if you just want to bring about change, it doesn't have to be with us, with any other organization. If you want to talk to us about kind of how you can have an impact with your own organization or kind of things you're going to do, come talk to us. We're for helping out. And one of the guys that has really kind of believed in us is Svein Tore, who's coming up now. We stepped in his office only 7 months ago. He took his time. He's, I would say, probably a fairly busy man. He set up an hour to talk with a group of 3 youngsters like us. We came in, we tried to pitch him, we went for the vision, we went for the mission, and it worked out. And you've really kind of... Yeah, but it's really cool when you see people who really kind of care about it and really kind of bring it in. But what's cool about Yara is that it's not only a top-down kind of thing. You're going to see here today that we have a lot of people from Yara here, so this is also very much a bottom-up thing. And that's something that we've noticed when we've been working with you guys, is that the employees are also wanting to work with us. They're eager. They're contacting us and seeing how can we work together, how can we have an impact. And that's really cool, and that's the type of partnership that we like to see. So without any further ado, I would like to welcome you up on stage, and I want to give you a little gift from us. So we'll give him a round of applause. So here we got a YSI book, YSI pen, and a little special gift that you can open afterwards. I'll say that it's related to one of the startups, so that's cool. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. So thank you very much, Marcus, and thank you, Danat, as well. It's really a great pleasure to be here this evening. I really, it's one of these occasions where you can actually feel the energy in the room. And honestly, right now, I don't think there's any room in Oslo that can match this one in terms of passion, creativity, and just sheer brain power. So I think just having the opportunity to be here for me and all of us at Yara is something that we have looked forward to for quite some time. Growth is crucial to any company. You need growth to develop, and unless you focus on it, your company will just stand still. And in Yara, we have really clear ambitions for growth. And, but at the same time, it's not just any type of growth that we're looking for. We're always in Yara talking about innovative growth. It could be through technological innovations, for instance, sensor technology, It could be artificial intelligence, it could be the use of big data. But it could also be through innovative partnerships, like collaborating with organizations like the World Food Program to reach smallholder farmers. It could be working together with PepsiCo to reduce their carbon footprint. And it could be with financial institutions in order to reach smallholder farmers and to bring infrastructure investments to their neighborhoods. Or it could be a combination of technology and partnerships. And an example of that is this ship that is called Yara Birkeland. Yara is definitely not a shipping company, but still we teamed up with Kongsberg and a number of other companies to look at leading-edge technologies and putting all of these technologies into a solution that now is about to be launched. It's a battery-driven, zero-emission, autonomous container ship, the first one in the world. And it's actually been now branded even by the Wall Street Journal as the Tesla of the seas. And thinking about the impact that this one project has, it has reached 1.5 billion people have been exposed to this story, and that says something about the power of innovation, but also the importance of daring to take risk, to try new technologies that make an impact in the world. And innovations for us also means working together with the brightest young minds like yourselves. And we're convinced that solving the global challenges will require a joint effort. We're not going to be able to do this alone, and you will not be able to do it alone either. And neither will politicians. This has to be a joint effort. It has to be collaboration. In Yara, we don't believe in innovation just for the sake of innovation. Instead, we're innovating with a purpose. And our purpose is very clear, and it's captured in our mission: to responsibly feed the world and protect the planet. And for me and for everyone in our organization, these are not just nice words. Our mission guides us every day, and it is the reason that we exist as a company. And early on, we embraced the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and we mapped out these goals, and we saw how these could have a real impact on our business. For example, on food, on hunger, and on fighting poverty. And these two are very much linked. If you can do something about food production, you can also do something about poverty. And if I use an example, in sub-Saharan Africa, growth in GDP through agriculture is 11 times as effective in fighting poverty than growth in any other industry. So I'm going to repeat that. Growth in agriculture in sub-Saharan Africa is 11 times more effective in fighting poverty. And what we see out there, and I've seen it myself as well, when we bring profitability to the farmers, very often the first thing they do is to build a house, and after that is to send children to school. So this is all connected, but agriculture certainly plays an important role in this. So what we did after mapping all these goals, we went out to adapt our business model to fit with the Sustainable Development Goals. And doing that at the same time as making sure that we still have a sustainable business. And we're convinced that there is no trade-off between contributing to society and also making a profit. And I think being able to contribute to society is, in the long run, a prerequisite in order to run a profitable company. And Young Sustainable Impact, in your organization, we found a partner that is thinking along the same lines, using your talent and your resources to contribute. And this is something that we all at Yara find very, very inspirational. Because you didn't have to do this. You could have chosen an easier path. And you wouldn't have been the first one to do that either. And we see still a flood of talent going into very narrow-focused industries. We see a drain of programmers, mathematicians, economists, engineers going into narrow-focused industries with high salaries, yes. But to be honest, for many of them, it's not always easy to see how that contributes to society. So to see talented people like yourselves rolling up your sleeves, it's something that is encouraging all of us. So last week, we had help from you to look into how could we reach a higher portion of the 500 million smallholder farmers out there in the world. And for us, getting your input has been a real eye-opener. Your technological knowledge and also insight into the everyday lives of people made you come up with some really, really great ideas that none of us had thought of. So I wanted to thank you so much for lending us your time and also your creative minds in this. And what I've heard from our people that have been here together with you also today and the days earlier is that you really have some great innovative ideas and that you will be presenting quite a few of these here today, and that's very impressive what you have been able to achieve. And I want to use this opportunity also to wish you the best of luck in your endeavors on your projects. So we're very much looking forward to collaborating with you, and I'm also very much looking forward to your contribution to our summit in Yara next month. So we need your support to reach out to more farmers with solutions and knowledge, and also how to attract the best talent. Talent that wants to innovate with a purpose. Talent that wants to change the world for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Svein Tore. Thanks for all the good words. I hope you have enjoyed our part of talking today. I just wanted to say again, because I didn't mention all earlier, who the activity rooms belong to. So it's Yara, Business for Peace, and UN students together. It's Stiliagi over here, Choose outside, Telia, Unite, and Power. So I encourage everyone now, how are you feeling? Good? How are you feeling? Good. Are you excited? Yes. Yeah. Are you enjoying yourself? Yes. Are you ready? Yes, great. So you can go up, start circling, go out, get some fresh air, say hi to a person. I encourage you, say hi to a person that you do not know and start a conversation. What brought you here? Okay? Have a pleasant night and thank you for coming. Go upstairs, please.
Is it live?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's live.
Sure.
So, like, 1 minute, tell us about yourself. Yeah.
So I'm Osama from Pakistan. I'm an entrepreneur based in South Asia basically. But I just got selected for this program called YSI. My co-founders are from India and America. And we are working on an upcycling and recycling platform, which is more like a curation-based platform in order to join in order to connect waste generators with waste producers.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the pitch tonight?
The pitch.
Yeah.
So we got a great response from the investors today in the morning for the same pitch. And since we are representing the same pitch tonight, so I'm pretty confident. And just to be very honest, we are confident enough that we would pull it out.
So you feel like you did a pretty great job this morning, huh?
I guess so, given the validation we got from the investors and the crowd, yes. But yes, we'll try to do better.
Right.
Because there always is a room for perfection.
Okay. So I think we'll do it.
Oh, I don't have anything here. That's why it's easier to smell. Yes, I know. Like one of the technicals you have yes. Where are you from?
Yeah, but I'm doing master's degree in finance.
So that is what we're doing. So one of the activities, if you is so you have basically six
not really correct, but yeah.
you need to come up with ideas. How can redesign that in the best possible way. This is another activity which we're having. So basically they have 45 seconds, and this is massive collaboration art. So basically they're redesigning clothes, all them together, and we'll see what happens. So she's redesigning something else already. Another artist already. So this is how it's going on.
Hi. I just wanted to say we're serving food. As I mentioned, we have burritos from Freddy Fuego. So it's going to be served down here. We have vegan, gluten-free, we have vegetarian, and also with meat options. No meat. So no. So it's going to be served over here. So just come down whenever. Yeah. Ja. One reminder, when you're picking up food, I forgot to say we're still going to circulate before going into the pitches in a bit. So pick up food and then continue going around. Check out the rooms you haven't checked out.
dere har et selskap som vil gjøre en del forskjellige ting.
You can just say that we're standing here and we want to take the rooms, or we all want to park for somewhere outside, and then what's been happening today.
So we are standing here in Yara Knowledge Hub, which is one of the activity rooms of the YSI event, Earthpreneur event. Yara is one of the main sponsors, and we believe in sustainable solutions for a better world. So we share the same mission as a Young Sustainable Impact, and we have been tonight engaging into conversations, meaningful conversations with the youth that was present here around very important topics such as, and you can see here, how can we feed a growing population? How can we help millions with cleaner air? Or how can technology help responsibly feed the world? Our experts are engaging in a conversation with everybody here to increase their knowledge and share our passion for sustainability.
And now we're getting ready for the pitches soon, so stay tuned. They're going to be coming back to you live in a few minutes.
Hallo? Yeah. Hello. We're starting to get this, right? Hands up means quiet. Yes. How are you feeling, guys? Good. Are you enjoying yourself? Have you met some new people? Have you had some good food? That sounds like the recipe for the next session. So now we're going to go into the pitching session. We have as mentioned, since January, we started this process. These people went through a 3-month-long process. We started in April. We selected 21, which is now 24 people out of almost 8,600 people. You're meeting extremely talented individuals that has a passion, that's been working hard, and especially super intense these 2 last weeks while they've been in Oslo. They've come up with some amazing stuff. This is what we've been working for the whole year. This is part of our one pillar, creating youth-driven sustainable businesses. Youth is a driving force to solve many of the challenges, and we believe entrepreneurship is one of them. Sustainability is a huge space of that. It's a huge opportunity. It's not just a challenge. And together with established and together with the passion, we can do it. And you're going to see that now, because we know. So I'm super excited for you also to see what we've been working on the last 5 months. Are you guys excited? The teams? You ready? Yeah? So they might be nervous. So remember, we're all here to listen to you, push them on, cheer them on. Yeah, and enjoy. And with further no ado, where are you? There. We're going to have the head behind the program, the one that's, yeah. This is my colleague that sometimes almost gives us gray hair, but it always works out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
He's the head behind the program, so Didrik Ström.
You! All right, people. We're going to get some awesome startups up. We're going to get them up. What we're going to do, though, first is give you sort of a situational, context. So 3 minutes each for each pitch. So we're going to keep it short, simple, and quick so that you guys don't get bored, because we hate boring pitches and we hate it not going fast enough, right? So just so you guys know, it's going to be 3-minute pitches. No questions from the audience, because I hate questions from the audience. And the reason is that you ask very weird questions, and it's like in this awkward, very long, out-dragged thing. So I'm going to keep it short, simple, and sweet. Because after the pitches, these companies is going to stand around here with each their poster, just to... So, I haven't trained for a long time, so it's very hard to get all the way down there. But this is what a poster could look like. All right? That's hubbing.net. So they will stand around here after the pitches. Your job is to figure out who is best served getting the money that you've gathered while going around in these places. All right? So your money, for those who don't know it, it's not only a fake currency, but it's sort of a voting ticket to get you guys to voting on the winners of, the whole thing. And just so, because the teams don't know about this before now, and they have no clue. So I'm just going to bring out sort of what the prizes is, and it's not a big deal for like everyone in Norway, but because you thought you're going to get nothing, it's a big deal from the team. So just pretend like you're on their side and you're like, whoa, that's amazing. So the first, the winning team with the most like money gathered is going to get 20,000 kroners from Yara, which is, yeah, whoa, what? Huh? That's insane! What? 20,000. We actually, we wondered if we should do it in like rupees or something, because it sounds so much more awesome. Like 3 million rupees for the winner! But we didn't do it, because it's weird after. It's weird after. Anyways, second place will get 7,000 kroners, and the third place will get 3,000 kroners. Oh. Obviously, there's not a lot of startup people here because you wouldn't share. Okay, maybe. Depends. Anyways, let me just check. Yeah, after the pitches, they'll stand around for about half an hour, and after those pitches, you'll give them money, and you have a half an hour, and then we do the countdown. I'm gonna play the most cliche music you've ever heard in the corner, and I'll play it so it sounds very interesting. It's actually, the music is from Skyrim, if any nerds here has played it. If you mad, like, that was a very low one, so you all know the nerds now. That's great. Anyways, the first team up. Keaton, you're way too far behind. You're gonna get up. Come on, man. Go, get to the side. Go. We have all under control, people. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all good. Team number 3 from... Wait. Okay, you were way too fast now, man. So I'm just gonna do a little session. Like, I'm just gonna introduce you guys. So team 3, Informed. Informed. From South Africa, from India, from Canada and Brazil, is here to show you how it's done in the health sector. So give a big applause for Team 3! There you go. Good luck.
Okay, this is literally lights, camera, action. So I'm just going to jump straight into it, I guess. Okay, so my name's Keaton Harris. I'm a medical student from South Africa, and I represent Informed, which is currently on all the screens around here. So moving on, 93% of patients on chronic medication do not know what conditions they have or what medications they are currently taking. This is all due to language barriers. Now, I guess you can all kind of figure out that it's kind of difficult if you're a doctor or a healthcare professional and you can't exactly understand what your patient's saying. So utilizing our app, which makes sure that no incorrect diagnoses takes place, is a very good way in order to not only save money, because you're not drawing 17 vials of blood, and you're saving money in the process, and you're actually ensuring that there's no worsened health or death. So our problem that we envisioned was, how can we create a more precise differential diagnosis for a patient by eliminating these language barriers? Now, I reckon many of you don't know what a differential diagnosis is. Well, let me make it kind of simple. So the initial thought of a patient's diagnosis as soon as they walk into the actual consultation room themselves is the differential diagnosis, prior to the physical examination. So the current solutions that are provided by our lovely friend, the internet, is Google Translate, which conveniently fails 95% of the time to translate something medical. We have PubMed and Hippocrates, which is absolutely fantastic medically, but uses such high levels of English that even the medical people can't understand. And telephonic call centers, which basically implements a third party, which increases the chances of these communication errors. So our solution is to create an offline mobile application that utilizes a language translation service during a 1-versus-1 consultation right before the physical examination. This basically ensures that the physician has the autonomy to choose what questions they want to ask, as well as that of providing a comfortable patient experience. So, looking at our demo, which is currently on the screens, you will see that the patient and the doctor can choose their languages as specified. The doctor then has the option to choose which specific statement, translates it, giving the patient the opportunity to understand. Then they can respond, translate it back to what the doctor is saying, and then the patient's able to get a better overview, or doctor's able to get a better overview of what the patient's actually saying. Now, I know that it was pretty fast, but we do have a prototype, so please find us afterwards if you want to see the physical prototype. Right. So our market is very huge. Seeing as there's a large amount of immigrants as well as that of other travelers throughout the world. $2 billion was utilized in the 2017 year on healthcare interpreting services. So just by using our app, you'll be able to cover those costs and distribute it more effectively. So our business model, who are we targeting? We're targeting healthcare practitioners, which is not only doctors, but your occupational therapists, etc., utilizing a monthly subscription service by means of Google as well as that of the Apple marketplaces. Our target market utilizes a buy one, gift one approach, and furthermore, we would like to actually distribute this to more wide round areas such as non-government organizations. future plans. So the future plans include that of a PDF export, where we actually export the information to an email from the patient so that they have a physical train of where they are able to basically get their next follow-up from another healthcare professional, specifically when they are referred. Just to give some context, Doctors Without Borders utilizes 27 cents per minute on a consultation. Averaging about 10 to 15 minutes, it's about $4.07 per patient. Through utilizing our app, you are saving 3 to 5 minutes and therefore $1.37. This basically means that for every 4 patients you are treating, you have the potential to save yet another life. So our team, very briefly, 2 medical experts, one from Canada, one from South Africa, 2 of other individuals who are also very, very good in the technological standpoint of things. And as Informed, we are basically looking to run this remotely, looking more specifically within the Indian culture and focusing on India, and then branching that into other developing countries. So we are looking for investments, just, throwing it out there, and partnerships as well, whether it be network or knowledge. So our main objective to close off is to provide quality medical care for all human beings, independent of country, culture, and linguistic barrier. We do have a website, as well as that of an Instagram handle, so please, go on the social media, follow us there, because after this, we're going to be pretty busy getting our MVP up and running. By January the 1st, it's going to be released, and you guys really want to be on the forefront of this new innovation. So thank you so much.
Well done. Awesome pitch, but overtime as usual. Keaton, come on. We talked about this. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. How you all feeling? How hot is it though at the light over there? Is it hot? Yeah, it's hot. Okay. Before I announce the next dude up, I'm gonna just bring it to your attention that you're gonna hear the country India a lot when I announce people up. I actually didn't write in my thing where I supposed to get people up. I didn't take the countries because there's so much India, so I just took it out after a while because it's like India. And for clarification, it's like 6 people from India. I know it's 7, but keep it at 6 so it sounds better, guys. So the thing is that the next guy, I call this project a research project gone rogue. Because this guy, he had an unalignment with the team that he was with, which happens a lot, and it's important to have those conversations. So this guy had the audacity to send me a mail saying that he'll go rogue on his own project, creating something amazing. And I said, okay, you go, dude. And so the balls on this guy, the audacity and the skills and knowledge that this guy brings to the table is amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring team number 8, the Rogue Wolf, up on the stage.
That is a big one. Thank you. All right, this is going to be a roller coaster. Hang tight. So, textile industries, second largest polluter in the world. 70 to 20% of greenhouse emissions are through the textile industry. Additionally, humanity has been exploiting animals for hide-like leather for eons now. Increasing data shows that this is an insurmountable damage happening to our environment, and we need a fix. The problem is, it's a linear economy we work in, and this take-make-dispose system is outdated, and it needs to go out of the window. People are focusing on recycling, it's getting bigger, but it's just a temporary fix, because it's only delaying the onset of sending the wastage to incinerators or landfills. It's not tackling the root cause of wastage. So we at Viscoli envisage a circular economy by way of manufacturing biofibers and using it for clothing. A lot of people use sustainable clothing. I'm sorry for that, whatever that is. Actually, we are different from most other sustainable startups in the sense that we do not use the amount of water or energy to actually produce our sustainable clothing. We're pretty lean. Viscoli literally stands for vegan SCOBY clothing. SCOBY stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. So we're using something very simple, a biological process called fermentation to create leather. We envision a world where we'll be growing, wearing, and then putting our clothing back into a backyard for composting and actually growing fruits and vegetables. Nature knows no waste. That is the philosophy. And hopefully, clothing becomes a parallel economy just like food. Just to get into technicalities, we've been culturing this for the last 2 months now back in Bangalore. On the bottom left is the big tables that we grow kombuchas on. On the bottom right is the final product. I'll cut these technical details. The business model right now, it's B2B. We'll be the suppliers to bigger brands to reach the market quickly. And we're pretty collaborative. We're looking for like-minded peers to actually take this vision of a circular economy in fashion ahead. 3 phases of research. We've passed 1 and 2, and right now we are in the 2 to 3 phase where we're trying to prototype these different kinds of kombucha sheets that we have in different garments, like a glove, a shoe, a jacket, etc. The timelines, in 3 months from now, we'll be perfecting the culturing process, which we're already doing, but rapid testing for different environmental conditions for knowing the variances. In 6 months from now, we would have our first products, hopefully being sold in retail stores. The team right now, I'm the only one here back in the lab. In Bangalore, there's my partner, Richard, and we're pretty much like Rick and Morty. I mean, still to go to space, but hopefully someday. Right now, we're also raising investment to actually scale our initiatives, get more humans on board, scale it up big, and have facilities. Also looking for more connections. So yeah, impact, other than the fact that we're tackling a $100 billion leather industry, we're also solving some targets within these SDGs. So yeah, essentially, do we need to go to the landfills for our clothing? No. Microbes are the factories of the future. Are you in? Thank you.
All right, wait. Before you go down, you had exactly 3 minutes. That's 15 for you. Yeah. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I have so many of the fake currency things. So, 2 guys from the US, 2 buddies from the US actually, and a kick-ass, badass woman from Brazil kicking ass in IT. That's the next team coming up to revolutionize your day-to-day energy consumption. So, without further ado, let me bring up William from the US!
Hey everyone, that's about as excited as you're going to get because energy is quite boring. Let's get started, yeah? Alright, so we are Easy Grid. Anna and Steven are our co-founders, and together we're here to bridge the gap between the energy sector and the different communities. Now, some statistics, 28%, that's how much of an increase our energy usage will be by 2040. Now that's a problem because we're still predominantly using fossil fuels. But see, unfortunately, what does that mean, right? Like we go home, we plug in our microwave, we pop some popcorn, and then it's like, why bother unplugging it? You know, $5 more on my energy bill, that's fine, it's a convenience fee, right? So we were like, how can we approach this solution? How can we address these issues, but make it approachable? So you can imagine that we were quite excited about the fact that most people were upset about smart meters. To people, that might be a pain, but to us, that's a gain, because we can tap into that and introduce a solution we have in mind. Now, since so many people are not aware of this real-time data, or if they are unsatisfied with the lack of savings they're getting, we thought, why not just attach a few things to it and make it better, Because what we realized was that as people were introduced to their habits and were given means to act upon those habits, they became more sustainable. They started supporting renewable energy markets, and because energy prices got cheaper thanks to wind and whatnot, that became a cycle in which energy just continued to decrease in price. So what's our solution? Oh, 1 second. The reason why this is such a big market for us is because by 2020, in the US alone, we'll have 90 million smart meters. That's a lot of consumption that we can track, and it just seems like the most convenient means for us to do so. So our solution is split into 3 parts: easy info, easy habits, and easy trading. And basically what we allow you to do is see your consumption, get tips on how to save money, save energy, but also support your local energy producers. In order to make this sustained, so that you don't just download the app and then forget about it after a week or 2, we want to get you involved with your local community. Compare how you're using energy in relation to your, say, your neighbors, the person next door to you. And from there also see the rewards you've gained and the money you've saved. Now, why am I talking so much about rewards? Well, that's because we'll be partnering up with all sorts of smart tech companies, utilities, and local businesses, creating a community in which you can be sustainable every part of the way. From the electricity you use, to the smart technology you buy to save more energy, to the sustainable businesses you support, be it a restaurant or a clothing store. And that kind of ties into our business model as well. We're going to serve as a discount marketplace of sorts, allowing you to tap into your local sustainable businesses and draw clean energy from your suppliers. So the problem that I just want to reiterate is the fact that so many other companies either focus on providing you the information and nothing else, or letting you play games where you do sustainable actions but don't really give you any real-world tie-ins. Like, what's the point of, say, walking or taking the bus if you're not going to be rewarded for it, right? And so what we're providing for you is an all-in-one system where the habits that you actually do, the sustainable actions that you actually do, matter more than just a piece of software code in an app. So from there, we want to get connected with a few utilities in Connecticut, US, let's go, and start reaching out to homeowners. By around, I would say, late winter, that's when people start using a lot of electricity, a lot of heating, and so we want to see if we can actually help people save money. But in order to do that, we're going to need some really dope developers. I've tried my best, but trying to handle that is quite a hassle. So we're going to need developers for the front end, developers for the back end, and also people to manage a blockchain network. So it's not like you can just buy energy and then say, oh, I didn't get it. Anyways, so I guess a smart contract for the 2 of us was needed too, because I went over time, right? Hey.
No.
I'm
just coming up
for the fun of it? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's it. We're Easy Grid. Check me out on Instagram.
I just realized that the way that I'm hyping everything up when they get up on stage is like, yeah! And they come like, you're about to die, everyone is about to die. And the earth is about to die and everything. So I figured I should just go out easy on the next one, because I figured I should keep it like a little low down here so that it actually hits sort of the right emotions. So I would like everyone to take like 3 seconds just to, get into that zone of seriousness, because it's about to go down. And so this team, and it's really funny because they said that, because I overheard something about Didrik in the background, and it brings me down to a point where Keaton brings this up best, the guy who pitched the first time. He says that I'm the devil. Like, he thought, I don't want to say that word. He thought that I was the biggest devil in the world. When we were online, because we worked 4.5 months online, and you have to realize that all of the teams that you see coming up here, they've actually worked their ass off 4.5 months online before they met each other in real life. And if you talk to anyone creating startups, they can tell you how hard it is to create a startup. But just imagine that you'll never meet them for 4.5 months. That's the stuff we put them through. So this next team is from India, the US/Southeast Asia, because she's like, I'm from Singapore, but she's really from the US, and from Pakistan. And they're trying to become the next Uber of trash. And just so this is said very clearly, they went from my respect to about here and over to here in about 2 weeks. So Please let me bring up the coolest guy from Pakistan and the US and slash Singapore.
So yes, that was quite an interview. But it was not devil, by the way. I guess he PG censored it. So the thing is, we are Riesh. This is what a normal street in Oslo looks like. And this is what a normal street in Dhaka looks like. Just by the way, they cleaned it just now. And this clearly was not planned, but this is what it actually feels like when they throw trash cans from every single building out there. Just to give you an idea, the population density in Oslo per square kilometer is 1,400. But in cities and countries like South Asian markets, it's 25,000 to 30,000 in per square kilometer. So infrastructure cannot keep up with the consumption of humans, because we are humans, right? So the thing is, what happens right now is, since the government is unable to keep up with the infrastructure problem or the containment problem of trash, there is a shadow network of waste pickers which goes around in these areas and they get exploited. So for instance, they pick the trash from house, they get paid from the household themselves that they have to get rid of their trash. These waste pickers then go to level 0 waste aggregators, which kind of pick a niche. So these are the guys who sort it, unlike Scandinavian countries. So the sorting is not done at source. These waste aggregators then go to the hoarding facilities and buy and sell this thing for a premium. And these hoarding facilities then go to the recycling facilities to sell this thing for a premium as well. Just by the way, this trash bag is of 0.56 kg. Now, why this precision level of decimals? This is the exact amount of waste which is produced by every single household out there per person on daily basis. Multiply this by 18 million people, you would have a 10,000 tons of trash coming from Dhaka alone per day. So basically, these guys are more like a containment plan which is building on the inefficiency, inaccountability, and non-digitization of the government's infrastructure. What we are planning to do is that we are simply cutting out on the monopoly and exploitation of these guys. If you have seen Slumdog Millionaire, this is what it was all about. Basically, we are Uber for trash. What we do is that we simply digitize, connect, and gamify. Now, digitization is in the form that we are not making up our own fleet, so we are technically building on the existing infrastructure in itself. We are simply adding a tech layer on it. The connection bit is very important because we believe that sorting should be done at house. Like, everyone is kind of considerate enough in terms of sustainability, and gamification is just another incentivization for these users to use our app. Just by the way, right now they are paying to get rid of their trash. We would come in for free, so they won't have to pay. So that is clear-cut incentivization. Although it's a digital waste management platform, but then it would raise some eyebrows that in countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, where the mobile penetration or internet penetration is not so high, how would the people from the trash facility, like waste pickers like these, how would they able to pick it up? So what we have done is that we have come up with the two-tier program. First program is built on internet, and the other program is built on a cellular network. So a household comes to our service, schedules a free pickup. We reach out to the waste pickers. Waste picker go there, sort the product out, bring it to the recycling facility. We have gotten rid of the exploiting mafia, which is in play with these folks. They kind of shatter their dreams of a better livelihood and good literacy rate just so that they are chained in their own circle. So we are trying to eradicate that as well. This is what it looks like. So the entire waste is collected. Then it's sorted by children, which again is child labor. Then it is taken to special recycling facilities, and then it's recycled. So our point is already validated. And now I guess I would have to do a wrap. So the thing is, it's already being sold at a premium price. This is what our product is. For starters, it's only schedule your free pickup. It's a 3-tier simple program. You simply come over there, give your number, schedule your free pickup, and then it's done. In future, we are introducing this cryptocurrency, which would be recash. Unlike mining, you would recycle your trash, and that is how you'll mine the points. And it would be a redeemable point with the CSR partnerships we would have done. Then comes this thing. So it would exactly become like Uber in terms of hyperlocalization, and you can actually sign up to become a reagent, which is on our platform. And that would be it. Thank you. I need cash as well.
No. He actually asked for cash after I went up here. You don't ask for cash after I got up here. You ask for cash when you're done and I get up there. All right. So let me think. Yeah. In the YSI program, there's been this word that's been going around. All right. So it's been sort of a thing that's just come up and it's stuck with people, which is really fun because you've always hear about these stories that people, got words stuck in their head and they start using it. It actually happened in YSI 2018. And I might be wearing a t-shirt in your eyes. But the thing is, the word that stuck with everyone in YSI 2018, that is way more. This t-shirt is way more than a t-shirt. So please bring up the coolest team with the t-shirts!
Is the clicker working? No. Okay. All right, guys. So let's just get started. Let me tell you a very, very interesting story. This is how our oceans should be, but this is how it's turning out to be. Clearly, we've got a very, very serious problem. So there are 8 billion pieces of plastic floating in the ocean. And if that's not scary enough, we humans are consuming 1 million plastic bottles every single minute. And that's the rate at which this problem is growing. So what do? We just changed. And when we got together, we decided we not only be the change, but bring the change to you guys. So we made t-shirts made out of plastic. And we've engineered a way to kind of take plastics out and convert it into soft, sustainable, and comfortable clothing.
So like Didrik said, this is not a t-shirt, this is way more than that. And we wanted to kind of bring our t-shirt to the everyday lives of the change makers and the millennials that are in the plastic polluted world. And we use 10 bottles of plastic in every t-shirt that we produce. And we, if you look closely at the bottom on the right corner, we have the area code and the zip code of where those bottles were sourced. So we are bringing the impact straight to the user's daily active wear. And our designs are simple, and we're here to make a huge impact.
So our business model is twofold. On one hand, we're selling B2B to businesses, organizations, and events that are looking for t-shirts. So we'll create custom t-shirts with your company's logo and design. We also are selling our own designer t-shirts to customers around the world. Our cost of manufacturing, design, and production is around $5 per shirt, which gives us a contribution margin of $10 to $15 per shirt. This is a huge growing market, both for t-shirt sales as well as for eco-fashion. Around 60% of all consumers say that they would prefer to buy sustainable fashion and would pay a premium for it. We've accomplished a lot in a short period of time. Our idea was only born in late June, and then by July we had already refined the manufacturing process and produced our first prototype and gotten our first paying customer. Now here in Oslo, we've already had interest from a lot of businesses in producing their t-shirts and have acquired 2,000 pre-launch customers. Our goals moving forward are to launch a global Kickstarter campaign, as well as to accelerate the brand movement through an ambassador program, and then expand beyond t-shirts into other types of clothing and other types of products. This will help us reach our goal by August 2021 of crossing 100,000 in t-shirt sales, and this will result in 1 million plastic water bottles removed from the oceans. Our ask is $60,000 to get started with our first batch of 15,000 t-shirts. And this will produce gross revenue of $150,000.
But let's be real, guys. When has t-shirts ever saved the world? We don't think it has, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. We've heard of governments trying to ban plastic, take plastics out. India wants to be plastic-free by 2022. We've heard this promise once in every decade. And we believe these promises fail because there is a lack of an identity, a movement that changes or fights plastic pollution on the ground. We at Waymore wanted to be the identity, that uniting force that fights plastic pollution on the ground. And that's why we are way more than a t-shirt. Our team is very strong in terms of, Madhav brings in a strong design skill. Leah is a social entrepreneur and brings in a strong business experiences. And I'm an engineer from India with multiple experiences in building products. And yeah, that's right. Do we get the money as well?
No. 1 minute late. Actually, I tried to sell way more just some days ago, and it's actually the easiest sale ever, because you all know sort of a friend that creates sort of an organization company or whatever that has to have those t-shirts. It's like, do you want a t-shirt that is a t-shirt, or a t-shirt with 10 plastic bottles in it? Everyone picks the plastic bottles, right? So if you have a organization, if you want a t-shirt on your own, because this guy Madhav, who creates the design, he's an awesome guy who knows exactly what you want. So go to waymore.world and sign up to order, then order your t-shirt. And be one of the first in the world to get a t-shirt that millions will wear in under 3 years. If you don't believe me, you'll be surprised in 3 years. That's okay. I have no problem with it. It could happen. I don't really care, because somebody believes, somebody don't. Are you a believer? That's a lot of sign-ups right there. So I think we're going to take about 15 seconds. Take up your phones right now. Go to waymore.world. Where's your phones? Waymore.world. There's no, you don't buy anything. It's just a sign up so that you get the information. Waymore.world. It's nothing that's happening. You're just signing up. They won't spam you, right? You have it on tape. Tapes all over. They can't screw with you because you have so much evidence online and stuff. Just gonna quickly take a 5-second here. I see that people's, okay. Gonna sit down for a bit. It's okay? All right, cool. Ugh. It's so hard. I haven't trained for a long time. Waymore.world. How you doing, bro? Oh, I would like to bring up to your attention that we have a guy from Singapore creating a documentary for us. Happens randomly. OKJ. I met this guy in Singapore last month, and the guy actually, like, I was talking with him for 5 minutes. I heard his reflections on how he thought about creating a documentary for YSI Southeast Asia. And 5 minutes without seeing his documentary, I was like, dude, you got to come to Norway, create a documentary for us. He's like, you should, maybe you should see my documentaries first, man. I was like, that's good. It's good advice, professional advice, man. So I checked out his documentaries, and I said, bro, you still want to come to Norway? He's here. Yeah, from Singapore. So if you talk to him, you're gonna notice this like backdrop of his accents. This backdrop. It's like you won't get everything they say, but it's like it's very close to being British, but it's not really. But it's very close to being British. Yeah, I know I kid I kid around a lot, I do. But I'm a very serious guy 10% of the times. I'm so serious, in fact, that people call me the devil or the biggest devil. I don't know, somebody gets it, whatever. I'm very serious for about 10% of the time. And the thing is that when it comes to education, I don't really, I never liked education. I was very bad at school, high school. I was very bad at middle school. I was actually pretty good until the 5th class, right, Dad? Right. And then he started panicking. He started panicking. My little brother is a genius in math and science and stuff, so Dad was like, yeah, this guy got it, you know? But I didn't like school because it's about experiential learning, right? And so for me, it's always been very serious when it comes to educational systems. It's a system that is broken, about to get their ass kicked. Because when it comes to education, it's about results. It's about how many people in the world can you educate in a good level, all right? It's not about how many people went to school that one day because they were afraid of their parents' society or getting a mark on their sort of wannabe, you know, serious scale of how many grades or marks you got. Education systems in Norway and most of other countries are total bullshit. And I'm gonna bring up a team that is gonna show you a different way of learning. And if you don't believe that as strongly as I do, we're not friends. You're laughing, but I'm serious. It's so much serious. All right. Just to straighten that out. Just to straighten that out. I want to be in the documentary, just to straighten that out. Gonna do a 5-second awkward move behind, and then let's get up from Austria, Pakistan, and Bolivia!
Hi everyone. I'm sorry for saying this, but we have a big problem. We need 69 million of teachers to educate every single child in the world, okay? So this is a big problem because we need around 10 Norways, or more than 10 Norways to fulfill this number, right? So here comes the thing. We got a solution. It's these massive open online courses, right? Can you raise your hand? How many of you have enrolled in these online courses, Udemy, Duolingo, something? Okay, that's great. That's great. So how many of you have finished all of those courses? Oh, sorry. You are amazing, man. So that's the problem. Because in free courses, only 11% of them, of the people who enroll in those, finish them. And in paid courses, it's around 40%, which is also a small number. So why this happens? People, first of all, are alone. Okay? They don't have enough support, they don't have enough feedback, and they don't have enough skills. So what's happening there? The expectations are never fulfilled. So we have a concept, okay? It's first, we connect the learners, we bring them together, and we facilitate an experiential learning. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna start first on language platforms, because if you want to master a language, you need to interact with people, right? Anyone disagree with that? Okay, cool. So for doing so, we validated the first 2 steps. We created a group called Having in Oslo, for learning Norwegian, that in less than 2 weeks, we got up to 107 members. So here comes the hard part. We are developing the facilitation. We are trying to gather resources for people learning in groups, so they have a better experience while learning. So the parts involved are first the learners, because they have a community, they get this experiential learning. The course providers, Duolingo, Udemy, they have better completion rates, satisfied customers, and for instance, more customers. And we are trying to gather these people in physical places, okay? Those are our learning hubs, those are cafes. So we're gonna break this to take more traffic into these hub providers. So our business model is really simple. We are just asking for a fee for the consumption of the people that we bring to these cafes, at least for the first stages. And we know that there are a lot of people trying to do this, but none of them are actually in the same focus on learning and community at the same time. So our team is amazing because we have the manpower to build this platform, And we have also 4 different, like in this case, 3 different backgrounds on learning experiences in 3 different cultures and 3 different continents. So what's next? We're planning to open these learning hubs in our places, in our countries, and our locations, and then trying to expand there, try to get more experiences, trying to test our concept, and then gather data for that, and then we can basically sell that data. So what we need next is that a strategic partnership. We need an accelerator program. We need invest. If you want to, that would be great. And we are building a community. We need you in our community. We are building a scalable method for exponential learning. We are building having.net. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a saying that why don't we have Google Analytics in the world for world problems? For those who know Google Analytics, it's very nice to know exactly where you are. And that's what we need in the world today for each problem that we have in the world. So I want to bring you up the next Google Analytics for the world problems from India. Let's go.
Hello. This is 2 glasses of water. One of them contains uranium, the other one doesn't. One of them gives cancer in 4 years, the other one doesn't. The problem is that nobody knows which one it is. Not the people drinking it, not the people providing it. In Norway, where you consider like the best tap water available, there are 112,000 waterborne infections per year. The thing is that nobody knows. Back at home, only 8% of Indian population has access to safe drinking water. However, 77% of them have access to mobile phones, television sets, and these things. The thing is, it's not that they don't have purchasing power to buy a cheap passive water filter. The thing is that they don't see the value in safe drinking water, which they see the value in a mobile phone. So, and the reason is that because of this misprioritized investment, 5% of GDP is lost for all these developing countries. This is where we come in. We are trying to invent new technologies to gather large-scale data and then provide that information to public and governments so that suitable actions can be taken. Our project, first project is Mass Metrics, through which we are collecting community-level drinking water quality data, providing it to governments, providing it to people. Our innovation is based upon previous successful interventions in India, like the door-to-door pulse polio program and weighing machine, which you will see engaging public on platforms. So this is how the cart looks. So when consumers come and they engage with the cart, they provide their drinking water. It gives them a behavioral, it provides them information in a manner which they can understand. It provides them information about what is wrong with their water, how this is going to affect them, and if their water is contaminated, it provides them to buy a very cheap water filter from our partners. And then we get a small percentage of that. If the information about water is provided in a manner which is understandable to public and to the governments, this is going to save 22 work days per person per year. And a whopping $5.48 billion for Indian economy. That means millions of other school children are actually going to school. There are many things. We are piloting this project in India in next 6 months for 110,000 people with whom they have less than 15% access to safe water. We already have bureaucratic partners, government partners, technology partners, and knowledge partners at place. There are various methods of funding which we are looking forward to. With a team of social entrepreneurs, a water engineer, and a design researcher, we are trying to make it happen. But there is a big question behind this. The big question is that very often what we think, what we perceive does often come from what we have been told to believe, but what everybody around us believe in. We want to develop new technologies to bring that information to the people, to empower people with the information so that governments, bureaucrats can held accountable. We are mass metrics, making invisible visible. Thank you.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into the last pitch of tonight before you give out your money and we count the money and decide the winner. And he talked about data. Did you know that your P actually contains a lot of data? You don't need to answer that. It's a rhetorical question. The point is, the next team is Screen to Care, and they're about to show you how P can be extremely valuable in helping the world out. Where's, sorry? Oh, what?
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Halima. I'm co-founder of Screen to Care, and I want to present to you P-Test. And that is not just because I wanted to say the word P on stage. So, if we go to the next slide. We are solving the problem of inaccessibility of early-stage detection models for lifestyle diseases, diseases which inherently don't show symptoms in their early stages. You don't know whether you're ill. If we can get pre-diagnostic screening to these people, in the UK alone, the little island I'm from, we've calculated a market potential of £174 million. What is our solution to this inaccessibility? Well, we propose developing an out-of-home screening method that brings care direct to the consumer, to expand the reach of early-stage detection, to inform them about their P, of lifestyle diseases, to tell them if they're ill or not. And what's the product that's going to help us do that? It's P-Test. P-Test is a plug-and-play retrofittable onto toilets and urinals. It's essentially a set of sensors that measures your P as passively as you're urinating and gives you a tailored set of results to your email inbox. The customer experience, well, you go into your urinal or toilet at work, you have a sign that informs you that you are about to use a P-test. If you're interested, you can scan the QR code unique to that toilet, and you're taken to our website where you enter your email address. That gives us consent that you're about to use the P-test and you want us to measure your data. You go ahead, P, and you are a few minutes later emailed a URL. In the comfort of your own home or back at your desk, you can click that URL link and you're taken to a payment page where you pay a small one-off fee that gives you your tailored results and advice package. The business model has two lines. It's essentially a B2B2C model, which we foresee working for gyms, if you're a health freak, unlike myself, or it's a B2B model that we see working for corporates. The awesome team that's going to execute this is a mix of electronic engineers, chemical engineers, and financial analysts across India, Belgium, and the UK. But on top of that, we have an international advisory board of 6 people, from nephrologists to GPs with over 25 years experience, to chiefs in research institutes, to people in medical data analytics. We are in safe hands. And so, what are we saying? Well, we're asking for a minimum of €50,000 to help us go from proof of concept, which Nikki will talk you through, to MVP. We're looking for knowledge partners to really share the urine data with us on an ongoing basis, so we make sure the information we're giving you is accurate. And we're looking for network partners to really help us penetrate the gym and corporate market. Over to Nikki to talk you through the prototype.
Hello, I will show a live demonstration of how this P-test will work. So here I have some random sample of water which Himanshu, my colleague, had brought here. Just assume that this will go like this. It will go into this like this. So you are urinating, and urine went into this collection pot. Now, the collection part comprises of different sensors which exactly scans the physical, chemical, and biological property of your urine. And based upon those physical, chemical, and biological properties, we predict the disease, like kidney disease. If your kidney has some kind of a stone, if your kidney has acute kidney disease, or even if you have like in the urine, what's the percentage of sugar, and also we're gonna have that what's the likelihood of having the kidney like failure in, let's say, in next 5 years or next 10 years. So basically we are right now, so you can see it, I had poured the sample into it, and you can see the data here on my smartphone, on my laptop. Here is the data. It's updated every 10 seconds, so I'm assuming that at every, I can update it at whatever time interval I want, and based upon it senses that whenever the sample arises here, and it starts working, and it's updating the data. So basically, based upon these physical, chemical, and biological properties, we are predicting the models. We have app here also, and on the app also, you are seeing the data. So basically, and the best point is the USP of this product will be we are not forcing, we are not pinching you, we are not taking blood out of you, we are not doing any physical harm to you, let's say, to get the sample out of you. Just you, when you have the normal urine pressure, you just go to toilet, you urinate, and have your data on the phone. And also, it is, I assure you, this data is end-to-end encrypted. So basically, no leak of data. Okay, so it's like just you put your email ID, the encrypted data will be sent to you to your email, and that's the p-test. Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Whoa. Crazy scientists Nikki, Halima, and Louis. Louis, it depends. Right now, I would like all the teams to come up to stage, because you're going to get your poster. And we're going to get about to have 15 minutes for you guys to get your money collected. So everyone that is upstairs as well, at some point, wait, watch out for the... All right, they're going to get their posters. I thought I was going to share it to them, but it's not happening. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's way better than this. It's way better than this. Way more better than this. So they're going to be standing around, also walking around probably. So the teams, every startup, wait. Startups. All right, give me 2 seconds more. I promise you I'm done. All right, so each startup, one can stand here, and two can stand there, but the third one should always be walking around. The fourth one should always be walking around and gathering money from the outside crowd, all right? And in 15 minutes, the clock starts now. It will get up on the screen pretty closely. It will get up on the screen, right? The timer, as well as music. So I'm gonna get the countdown started. It starts in 3, 2, 1, go get your money. Vent lite grann. Everybody, if you haven't got money on the round, please come up to me to get money. If you haven't got money on your round, if you haven't been around and gotten money, I have some money that you can distribute.
Yo, 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 yo. It's 1 minute left. We're going 59. Hey, have you given your money? Is there anyone with money left? Any money left? 45 seconds. Nei. Ok, test med en lapp eller noe da. 30 seconds left! Gå der. Det funker, og så skal Amund skrive. Jeg skal introdusere Pablo. Ok! 10 seconds left! Nei, fordi de skal ikke se det. Nei. Jeg skal introdusere han fra Yara som skal... And time is over! Great! Guys, your time is up. Madhav. Time's up. Time's up. Okay, everyone. Hello? Okay, so time's up. Is everyone here? Gather around, guys. Everyone's out. Are you wondering about who got the most money? Are you wondering about who got the most money? Yeah. Do you have any assumption about who won? No? Or didn't you just hear me? Okay, so before we get into the money count, can you please be quiet? Okay, this is a bit better. So before we start the count and reveal who's gonna get the 20,000, 7,000, and then 3,000, we're gonna have a person with us from the Yara management. We have the EVP with us, Pablo, from Yara, that's gonna give out the money. So.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to bore you with a very long speech because it's been a long day, a long evening. I just want to say on behalf of Yara management, thank you to the YSI team. Thank you to everybody who's participated both in the activity rooms and now in the pitches. It's been extremely inspiring. I've at least learned a lot and I've invested some money, and I'm looking forward to, on behalf of Yara, invest some real money in one of the lucky winners. So, without further ado, let's go to the count.
Yes. Let's go, team 1. Can I have the delivery? Where you at? Okay. You need to 50, 60, 70, 80. 150, passing almost 200. 220. Oh, it's not done. 277. 277. Men nå det åpent. Great, team 2. Okay, how do you so 277 is the number to beat. How much do you think this is? Huh? Okay, let's see. 50. Do you think we're gonna make it to 100? 99. Team 3. This looks like a competitor, right? Yeah, come on! Okay. This is gonna take a while. 100. 150. Oh, too much money, man. 165. Huh? Huh? Nei. Nei. 65. 165. We need some math here, so just wait a minute. Det var 165. 171.
Ja, 171, 165.
Can we double check?
So this is a math test to everyone here. 171 plus 165. We got it. Team 4. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, you wanted to know. How much do you think it was? That's the correct answer. Okay, do you think this is 336? We're passing 100. Remember the number to beat. 220, stop in here. Yeah. 320. Next team. Thank you. Passing 100. 150. 182. Next team. Next team. Are you ready? $50. 85. Next team. Ho ho. So this is a big chunk. This is way more, right? So what's the guesses? 450? Anyone else? Okay, let's check. Pass the first 50, 70, 80, 100, 120, 150, 200, 220, a stop, 250, 312. Last team.
Non-profit. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So 2 and some donations. $36. So the winner is so drum roll or like, yeah, come on. So they're going to see third place.
One more time. Keep on going.
Ja.
Det är 12 poäng. Det är 3 plats. Ja. Jeg skal starte med det da. Hva er ideen? Ja, bedre.
So third place up with 312 points is Waymar. On the second place with 320 is Team 4! Woo! Riash! Congratulations.
And then I have gotten the honor of announcing the winner. I guess we have a hint. Does anybody know who the winner is? One more time. Does anybody know who the winner is? Informed. Come up on stage. Wait.
Okay. So one more applause for Team Inform. Congratulations. So we've unfortunately come to an end, very close. But before, or let me ask you, have you had a great evening? It sounded like a yes. Have you had a great evening? Have you met some new people? Did you follow my recommendation earlier? Did you talk to someone you don't know? Was the person cool? Oh, no, okay. Everyone is cool. So before we end off, you know, there's a lot of, can we be quiet? Yes? This doesn't really happen by itself. We've talked about partners being a big part of it. But more than partners, it's also the people that devote their time, their everyday life, hard time to make this happen. The team's been working hard for a year and super intense the 2 last weeks. And so, of course, we need to get the team and the crew up on stage. And a big applause to the Y-Side team crew, please. Is everyone here, Zark? Tilla? Anyone else? So this, Kai, this is also the manager of Y-Side China, Kai Dai, that's here with us. And this started, as you saw in the picture, just in the room, an engagement. We used to meet up after work, after school, do something, and now this is what we're doing. So this is a proof that engagement can take you a long way. You just need to be passionate about it, and you can make it work if you have a good and dedicated team. So on behalf of the Y-Side team, thank you so much for coming here and making this great evening possible. thank you, thank you. And to the crew.
Bare dra med team, altså. Jeg drar med oss.